steely words of Erica Jane. She's not in my business. I'm not going to tell anyone how to run their business. I don't know how to make margaritas, and I don't know anything about being skinny. So I'm not going to tell anyone what to do with their skinny girl shit. So perhaps she shouldn't tell me what to do with mine. Wow.
Yes.
Yes.
Erica Jane is here.
Erica Jane, you give me a charge.
Welcome to Bitch Sesh, everybody.
Oh my God, this is Casey Wilson.
I'm Danielle Schneider.
And finally,
something happened tonight and it was beautiful.
Erica Jane brought us to life.
And Bethany didn't not help that.
I don't know if that's
English, but Bethany was there and it was
was a breath of fresh air. Both Bethany, when she was on the voicemail, even through the phone.
And we'll go into that. Tonight it was back to life. It felt like back to reality, back to what we know.
And not fully back.
No. Just a taste.
A taste. It just gave me a little tease. I felt just shivers.
I felt alive again for just a moment, but I felt it.
Speaking of alive again, Danielle.
Yes.
We have some Housewives products we would love to taste for you. Taste and smell.
We've been teasing it for a while. Casey and I had ordered both these products mere weeks ago. And they took a while. They're not on Prime, let's say. They took a while to arrive.
Danielle said, get on Prime, bitch. About Kathy Wakile and her Indulge cinnamon crumble coffee.
It's a dessert coffee, in case anyone had never heard of that before. I certainly hadn't, but it is a dessert coffee, and it comes with a note from Kathy herself. It says, thank you for choosing our delicious gourmet dessert ground coffees. I'm excited to bring you the most indulgent and flavorful coffee. Keep it sweet. XOXO Kathy.
Aww.
So
here we go.
Well, cheers. The smell has filled the room with the smell of a Cinnabon. So if you like that airport Cinnabon smell.
Our guest said that my wallpaper is going to start just melting off the walls. Here we go. I actually think it smells good.
It's not for me.
I like it.
I don't.
It tastes like a English as a second language class coffee that they would put out in the back.
Yes.
At an ESL class.
An ESL class. To me, it tastes like room deodorizer, like a cinnamon fresh room deodorizer, like in my mouth, but not like a fancy one that you would get at a store, like in a little pot. Like it's like Glade plug-in.
It is. The reason, I like bargain basement candy. I like, the worst of the worst restaurants. So I am feeling it. Since I'm from the South, I think I'm like warming to it a little. I
personally I would rather have fruit in a can than an actual fruit from a tree, but this still isn't doing it for me.
Right. God, what is that taste? It's different.
I taste wood in it. Is that possible? Like wood?
It does. It does. And I know I don't love like when people do New Jersey jokes, but it does taste like New Jersey.
Yeah. I hear like the New Jersey devil.
Like the devil of New Jersey.
We're going to be shitting this out later, much like Lisa Rinna.
Lisa was shitting herself out of Bethany's dinner.
We will be shitting ourselves with this
Speaking of shitting yourselves later, we also have a fragrance, an eau de parfum, a natural spray vaporizer. Vaporize you.
Ooh, French, Casey.
Yes. V by Vicki Gunvalson. Ooh. A perfume that was ordered eons ago.
Did she deliver it herself from Orange County?
Brooks brought it in a peddler's cart. Okay. Do I just,
smell my wrist?
do it right on you.
Not too close?
I haven't gotten it yet.
Okay. Oh, it's,
ooh.
Okay.
I'm doing it on me too.
Ooh. That's a smell. Oh, it's, you know what it...
I like it. I like it.
Can I say it's like baby perfume? Like a dirty, not a dirty diaper, but like a baby's
it does look like a diaper.
Bonnie Bell or like something that you wore when you were 11 and trying to wear
It's
perfume.
like this older woman, Virginia, who had no eyes that I had to go to lunches with in Kansas City with my grandma. It's her. It's also God, I'm getting so much of like an aunt.
Yes.
It's just like your aunt who's walking into a room or like my aunt who has a puffy paint holiday Christmas sweatshirt business.
Plug.
Humble brag. And I'm getting just wafts of her.
Yeah, I don't hate it, but it isn't like a grown, mature woman who owns her own business's perfume.
Oh, God, no. Oh, God, no.
But it is.
It's like my aunt who lives on the bayou.
I thought it was going to be muskier, and it is not musky at all.
It kind of has a spring in its step.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. It's very strong.
Oh, yeah. But it is like a baby, like a child's perfume to me. Mm-hmm. If children wore perfume, this is what they would wear.
Yeah, it is very strong. And I have a headache. I don't know if that's
I'm
the
lightheaded.
coffee or the perfume.
We are doused in housewife smells right now, guys. If we don't make it through this podcast and passed out, we love you all.
We love you all. You guys, we have such a great guest.
So excited.
So excited. This is a dear friend of mine, and he's a fabulous writer.
Oh, yes.
Has had a movie made.
What?
Hi, everyone.
Here he is.
Oh.
There he is.
Hi, my name's Jason.
Jason Micallef.
And I think I'm allergic to the by Vicki.
His eyes are watering.
You see it? I feel like I'm getting red. I literally think I'm...
Is your tongue filling your mouth?
I'm allergic to this perfume.
Could it be the coffee?
Do you want to try the coffee? Will that help?
No,
honestly,
I'll be fine.
Jason's gorgeous eyes are filled with water. He looks flushed.
You are red. I'm worried. I'm worried.
You guys don't listen to them. It smells like the goddamn Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse came out of that bottle. It is...
It's not great.
No.
And when it sits with you, it gets worse. I would say it does not grow on you.
It's not like,
It ages poorly.
It ages poorly within minutes.
That what you will.
I think my mom used to literally take the Chanel bottle. When I'm telling you, she would put no less than 30 spritzes around her whole body, like aggressively. So I am used to a stronger scented woman. But this is, it also, you know how like when you put perfume on, it just goes into your pores. I feel like I see it on my wrist.
Yeah.
Like it's just sitting
There's a
there.
sheen.
Your arm is glowing.
Sheen. And in the nook, it fills the nook.
Oh, yeah. It'd be nice if we were in an open plan.
Or in a field.
Oh, my gosh. Well, so much. We're going to transition actually to a little game before we start getting into the episode.
We always say...
Which, by the way, great episode. I hope you're all excited.
Yes, it was a great episode. I think so. This was a game we thought, since we always say that we're like the housewives historians and that we know them so well, we thought we'd play a game where I test Casey and Jason and I say, I read them a tweet from a housewife or an Instagram from a housewife and they have to guess which housewife that it comes from. I will tell them before each one what city it's from.
Thank you.
Just to help you out. Just to give you some context.
Could not be more ready.
Yes. So are you guys ready? And they also might be a housewife that isn't on the show anymore, but they're still like in there in spirit. So ready?
Okay.
Here we go. Beverly Hills. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to start another war. I was asked a question, I answered honestly, and it's done. Going to the gym to see my trainer, who is way too hot for his own
Brandy
good.
Glanville.
Yes.
Yes, I would agree. Yes.
Yes. Good one.
Yeah.
Okay, Atlanta. Ready?
And that was concerning her war with Eddie C.
Yes.
Wife,
Leanne.
Right.
All right.
Leanne posts too many pictures of the kids over the holidays rhymes.
And she was very upset about it. All right. So this is
Still
from Atlanta.
drinking, just taking another sip willingly
Of this coffee?
of Waliki's treasures. Wakile's treasures.
Wakile, you do keep calling it Waliki, which I like better. Okay, this is from Atlanta. Good morning, Tweety Pies. Be aware of your surroundings. There are a lot of people that want to set you up for failure. # I see you.
Cryptic.
Phaedra? No, I don't know.
Kenya?
Nene.
It's Nene.
Oh my God, I
Yeah,
thought about
Nene.
Nene.
Tweeties. That's
Tweeties,
what gave it away.
yeah.
That's what gave it away.
Course.
Okay, this is New York. Ready? Can you believe I'm in the Berkshires with Dorinda?
Ramona.
Yeah. Such a sad human.
Okay.
We haven't gotten into Dorinda's daughter. We'll save it.
I don't want
That should be like my new one-woman show, Dorinda's daughter. It's a very moving piece.
Does sound like that. Okay, this is from Orange County. Some people come into our lives for a reason, season, or lifetime. I'm looking forward to meeting that person who will be there for a lifetime.
I know it.
The asshole the woman that's like, he put his finger up her butt.
I'll give you a hint. She's here now.
Vicky!
Oh.
She's with us now.
Literally, I'm not kidding. My first thought was, is someone here on The Housewives? I don't know about
it. By the way, my first thought is I looked out the window.
Did you see my
Like,
surprise,
there
you
was
guys?
just someone in the bushes.
Yes.
I was thrown because you were doing such a kind of girlish read.
Oh, I'm sorry. And she is all woman. You're right. Sorry.
Okay.
I'll try and do better. Okay. Atlanta. As a producer, you should
Kenya Moore.
Yes. But let me just, as a producer, you should be paid for your work regardless of what your client does with project after the fact. Hashtag pay Todd.
Wow.
Hashtag pay Todd. I love that hashtag.
Did you click on that hashtag? Like,
Oh, I
anything
mean,
else
I
come
don't.
up?
Nothing else came up, just from her. Okay, Beverly Hills. Sometimes a ray of hope is all the sunshine you need. Hashtag sunrise. Hashtag grateful for every day. Hashtag new beginning.
Taylor or Kim?
Definitely Kim.
Yolanda.
See, so many
Beautiful
of them have
sunsets
have
also
cycled
featured.
through such darkness
Yes.
that I was immediately...
All of them are
Okay.
Yeah.
Jersey.
on the ropes.
Jersey. English muffin pizza. Good for your soul.
Oh, the lesbian. The lovely, the big lesbian.
Lovely big lesbian?
Who's the
If you're speaking of Caroline Manzo, you're
cousin?
correct.
No, Cousin Rosie. Cousin Rosie. Cousin Rosie doesn't have Twitter. Never mind.
It wasn't Cousin Ro.
It was Caroline Manzo. And last one.
So I was right.
Oh, no, last two. Okay, 2 New Yorks in a row. Ready?
Yeah.
Best New Year's resolution for 2016, be cool. Don't be uncool.
Leanne. Why did I call her Leanne? Luann.
Countess.
Yes.
Coffee
Yeah.
is like
And then
fucking with
last
me.
one, New York. Chilling with my dog, reading emails and texts. What's for dinner, guys? I'm putting a sweet potato in the toaster oven.
Sonia.
Wow, guys, you got like 9 out of 10. That was
some of
really
them was a
impressive.
stumper.
Yeah, great job,
Great
guys.
job.
I love you for that. You were great.
Great job, Danielle. Thank you for putting that together.
course.
Before we leap into the episode, we do want to do a little reading. And this is actually another one of our, transcribed scenes. So this is word for word. And Jason actually brought the scene to us because you felt it was important.
It's as a writer, it spoke to me.
Yes,
and I
and
can learn a lot.
Jason wrote a movie starring Jennifer Garner called Butter.
Yeah.
You've had movies produced. You're actively writing movies. So what about this
Yes.
scene from a writer's perspective spoke to you?
Well, usually what they teach you in writing classes, like you get into the scene as late as possible and you leave as early as possible. Like that's a hard and fast rule. This scene they got in after something happened, I think, and got out before something happened. So
Beautiful.
it's-
So they broke
it's
every rule.
avant-garde.
They broke every rule. But when you know the rules, you can break the rules,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly. You learn it and then throw it
And
away.
then forget
Yeah,
it.
and they've done it.
Well, without further ado, I will be reading the role of the stage directions. Miss Danielle will be
I was playing Yolanda as maybe a German.
as a German.
Everybody. As a Frau.
And Jason will be doubling roles. Oh, I will also be playing Gigi. Jason will be playing Bella, who has a lower voice. We thought it was appropriate,
Yeah.
and will be playing
Lower than
Anwar.
mine. And I'll be Bella and Anwar.
Exactly.
Say it again. What's his
I
name?
say Anwar. It is
She
Anwar.
refuses to pronounce the second part of his name.
I'll also be doing stage directions. Interior. Yolanda's Malibu kitchen, day. Yolanda, Gigi, Bella, Anwar, and Oma make soup.
People think that modeling is like the easiest job.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's so many hours a day. We're up before the sun comes up.
You have to, be nice and look good.
That's true.
I'm going to go pick lemons with Oma.
End of scene.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Powerful.
Wow, so much was said, and yet nothing was said.
Nothing occurred.
But wow.
It's great.
And we are going to take one quick break.
And we are back.
So I think that's a beautiful note to bring us to
Dive
this
in.
week's.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Guys, so much happened, and yet nothing happened, but it felt like so much because it's the first time anything happened on the show this entire season.
I was a little bummed that we were picking back up in the Hamptons. It's like, this isn't Bora Bora, where those are like 3-part episodes.
Yeah.
Like, don't try to
Like
take me somewhere
Scary
in the
Island.
States
Yeah.
and tell me this is like a girls' trip.
I know, literally, when you're like, oh, they're still in the Hamptons? I think you screamed at the TV. You were so upset.
I was angry.
But they go right off with Lisa feeling like Bella Magazine. She was honored. And I love that immediately Bethany comes in and is like, what's Bella Magazine? I haven't heard of it. Bring it here. Prove that it exists. Is basically what she said to Kyle, which was my favorite thing ever said.
I thought it was great how Bethany came in like a strong wind, and they showed like the wind going behind her, and like it was just.
She came in like a strong wind over the Long Island Sound, and then Jason said something wicked this week. Huh?
Yeah, but it was exciting. It was like they crafted the episode properly. Like this is. She brought out the worst in Erica Jane. It was great. It was
felt
really
good.
Great.
Yes. And Bethany isn't trying hard. You know what I mean? Like sometimes when Lisa Rinna is sweaty. And I love sweaty. Lisa, but her drama is sweaty. She's trying so hard to create drama out of nothing, where Bethany just rolls trippingly off the tongue. Like she's just like oozes it. And it takes away.
With Lisa, it's so manufactured that she's trying to stir up shit, or she's trying to she's too mad about something she shouldn't give a fuck about.
Right.
She's shitting herself out of a dinner. You know, she was so upset. She was like, "Oh my God, I'm shitting myself. I gotta
go." The face she made when she was shitting herself was disturbing. They zoomed in on that face, and it was really. We saw in her eyes her shitting herself.
And it's like, I don't need to see her doing yoga the next day.
No.
And then, as Jason, you pointed out,
cooking dinner. Like, hey guys, I just had diarrhea all night. I'm cooking dinner.
And as I mentioned, you're not allowed to go in a pool after you've had diarrhea. You shouldn't be able to cook people dinner. It was so upsetting.
I did think that Bethany came in hard. And she came in with a cape and matching shorts. Which is that? I don't know.
Is that a thing?
Can you buy that? Yeah. Oh.
No, that was not a great outfit. I mean, it was interesting, but it didn't matter because she was Bethany, and you know why she's a reality star. Like she's there to say something, say what she thinks. She doesn't even know she's being hurtful.
She's the Heather Locklear of this season. They had to bring her in because it was flailing.
And I feel like Bethany was like, fine, bring them all to New York. And they're like, we can't possibly do that. They're like, she's like, make it happen. I'll be here. And then they appeared, and Maurizio was like, I will find a house for Carl to live in. And they made it happen.
Yeah.
Side note, did you guys hear that Mauricio is helping sell the Playboy Mansion? That's his. That's his listing. That's his.
And
listing.
one of the conditions for the buyer, you have to agree to allow Hugh Hefner to live there until he dies. But I don't know if you get to move in with him.
Ew, who wants to live with Hugh Hefner?
Great sitcom. Let's talk.
You've heard it from a writer. You've heard it from a writer, everybody.
I literally was just thinking, who would I play in that? And then I immediately went to, have you seen the documentary where Hugh Hefner has a longtime 80-year-old secretary?
Yes. I love
that
her.
Helps him
That's
do
who
everything.
You'd play?
Yeah.
I would be the maid that cleans up all the condoms from the grotto.
So by the way, we've come up with this idea, sold it, cast it within seconds.
Without any of the main roles.
Yeah.
No.
I'll tell you, I have to say a few things about Erica Jane. I love her so much. She's truly one of my favorite housewives. I want to say of all time. Yeah. I just love, Bethany said she gives 0 fucks.
Oh, I love it.
Including about you, Bethany.
Yeah.
And I just love her. She's so, you said it, steely.
Yeah. She doesn't care. Everything rolls off of her. She does not care.
And she's so funny. And she did have a weird monologue early on where she said something like, she's like, being around these Beverly Hills women, you got to listen. You got to watch. It's important to be long pause present.
Yeah. It was a long pause I could have swam through. But it deserved it. I'll listen to a pause from her.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
I know. I was like, what's going to happen at the end of this sentence?
And I do think everyone's jealous of her.
Oh, yeah. Because
Except, might I bring up, Alene has developed a very odd crush on her. She's developed schoolgirl thing
it's a sexual
weird
crush from the least sexual person alive.
Yeah.
You hate
She
Eileen.
wants to unlock that Chanel padlock
that Chanel padlock around Erica's
wrapped
neck,
around her neck,
which again works on her.
Yeah.
No one else.
Who would have thought that could work on anyone?
No one else on the planet it would work on.
Not even Beyonce.
No,
I said it
not at all.
Yeah,
not at all.
And they're all so titillated watching her video, kind of gossiping and being sort of mean girls. And then Lisa Rinna, who again I have been her biggest fan, but she is losing me. Just kind of being a bitchy mean girl, oh, I'm so prude.
slut shaming her
when she wasn't shitting, she was slut shaming.
Which, as Eileen brought up, she was in Playboy.
And we looked up her
Googled
photo.
it. By the way, the Playboy cover, you have to Google it, from 2009, which seems a little too close to know. 2009. The Playboy itself has put the headline, it just says Miss Rinna, ?
Like, are we doing this?
They're like,
Is that you?
No, I just feel like she was just so mean, like just getting on her high horse about Erica Jane's video.
And she's like, it's different if I actually meet this person. It's like, she's not having sex for money. And as Erica was like, so what if even she is? I think Lisa is just so sweaty and thirsty for anyone with money and angry at anyone with money in some weird way. And it's like, Lisa, calm down.
No,
but she's also like, in her head, you can just see her like, I've got to stay on this show. I've got to stay on this show.
Yeah, no, she is. And it's hard to watch.
tough times for Lisa, tough times for Eileen this episode.
Oh, Eileen, not a bra to be found on that woman this episode. I'm just like, where's some? Oh, and that butterfly top was.
It's like a pirate butterfly. And there's a scene with them, you guys. There's a scene where they're having coffee in the kitchen and there's a fake book on the table and like a plastic cup that said Raspberry Cove. It was so rough.
And that poor scene where
And
Eileen is confronting Lisa.
She was so out of her element. Like she do not go. You got to play when you go up against Lisa Vanderpump.
out of her depth.
Out of her depth. And to even attempt to like have Lisa Vanderpump apologize. Like, what did she want from Lisa?
Lisa Vanderpump was like amused during that.
yeah.
Like she was like, she loved it.
It started off where she was like, you asked a lot of questions about, Vinny and I, blah, blah, blah. And then immediately it just turned. She was like, I'm sorry, you're right. And I should have said something.
I know. By the end, Eileen was apologizing. It was.
She's like, and you're right. I'm so sorry.
She was just like, don't go to that horse race, honey.
And you pointed out the shots of Jiggy.
Oh, Jiggy. I mean,
Like the cameramen know.
It was so boring that they would just sometimes fall on Jiggy and just they were like, we can't.
Even the camera people making last minute editing choices themselves, which is like, they're not going to be able to use this.
Yeah.
They're like, maybe this dead dog will give us something. Nothing.
Kyle was completely lost in this episode.
Yes.
But she did have
Her
one.
shoulders were not lost.
No.
She did have one really good line. I don't know if you heard it. It just said, I'm sorry I have to leave, but I don't have my EpiPen. And unrelated to anything.
They're always like running from a picnic table because of a bee.
Yeah.
Like in every single
They're
franchise.
the most sensitive, allergic human beings on this planet. And this is coming from me, a Jewish person who, we're allergic to everything. These women are like, and I don't know if you want to bring this up now, but you took a visit to Kyle by Alene Too as well this week.
I did.
Speaking of Kyle.
I walked by. When I tell you, I did see someone in it, and I thought, well, should I just say I didn't see anyone in there? But then I looked closer, and it was the salesperson. And she was straightening like a little, some type of rack, and the mannequins don't have heads.
Oh.
And they have, I wish you guys could see me, they have, their hands are outstretched, kind of like at their sides, doing like a come here motion, but they're thrusting their hips forward like, come here. And it's just so upsetting.
And then what did the neighbors say?
Yeah, so then I walked into Le Petit Bateau, a overpriced children's boutique. And I know the women there a bit from going in there after my dental appointments. I promised myself a treat for my son if I can get through a dental appointment. And that's its own strangeness right there. I've like walked around there on Valium from my dental appointment. Anyway.
Love that. That's a reality show right there. That would be more exciting.
They're always like, oh, you're back. Are you okay? I'm like, on Valium again. And then like weirdly buying clothes for my son. It's so weird. But so the women there were like, oh,
It's not weird to them at all.
No,
I promise
I don't
you.
think so.
In Beverly Hills baby girls kid store, it's not weird.
Okay.
Just having like all these rich housewives be like, I have nothing. I feel nothing.
I'm on pills. Let me spend money on my kids.
Let me spend money. Let me spend to feel.
I'm not working during the day. Yeah, I guess it's not that weird. It's not that weird at all. Anyway, so I said to the girl, I'm like, so you guys are right next to Kyle by Alene too. Do you ever see people go in there? And she and the other girl, and they didn't seem keyed or clued into the kind of like what it was really. They're like, no. The other one was like, no one goes in there. And it was like a weird accent. And I said, oh, not at all. And she goes, well, they film there. And she said, and sometimes a lot of people stop and take their photos, but I've never really seen anyone go in. And then the other one was like, on the weekends, it's dead.
Wow.
Now, Beverly Hills, let's be honest, is dead on the weekends,
Yes.
but still.
But still, how are they keeping it afloat?
Well, and I wonder
Mauricio.
today, exactly.
Oh.
That Playboy Mansion listing. Kyle by Alene Too. Is that confusing for Kyle to have a friend named Eileen?
Oh, it is, as I said, for me. I
so
confuse the two every
confusing.
week. I can't. I think she needs to drop Eileen or Aileen, whichever comes first. But sorry, I
but,
didn't mean
you
to
know,
get us
again,
off
we
on
get-
that. Again,
we
talked
are.
about
Danielle and
that.
I are going to take a pilgrimage to Sur this week or next week. And I was going to go, but it was Monday at 4 and I drove by and I just felt like, I don't think that's fair to
Yes,
them.
no, because
Like Monday at 4, who's going to be there?
nobody's in
Just
there.
Kristen and by the dumpsters. Just waiting.
Just waiting. So,
I want to talk about the way Yolanda said canon. Canon. And I know that she is foreign, but still, that wasn't even foreign. That was just.
and then she
strange.
looked to herself like, that's not right.
She had a moment.
You guys, I know you've talked about this before, but
Go ahead.
I'm going to give a different perspective. There's people that believe she's faking it. There's people that believe she's actually sick. There's people that believe she like isn't really sick, but like she's mentally making it up. I'm going to offer a fourth theory. I think her health advocate is poisoning her.
What?
Allegedly.
Just exploded.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Look, I've been watching.
Alleged, and by alleged, we mean that for the health advocate part.
I just, making a murder, I absorbed it like
Yes,
everyone.
yes.
And I just, things aren't
Interest-
always what you seem. And she's always messing with her vitamins and
To keep her
and
job.
notice she
or-
got better when she went away.
Well, I
But
thought
she also got her
was there.
implants taken
The health
out.
is the health.
Well, the health aide was there during the surgery,
Yeah.
kind of calling the shots.
Yeah,
it
she was
seemed.
like, "Can I step in?" She was there.
Yeah,
was like,
there's a
table
room,
for
you're
two? Room for one more?
Because she's got to keep that poison flowing. She can't let her go away for 8 hours.
Wow,
It's just
controversial.
Okay, I thought this was a safe space. This is a
No,
health.
it's not.
Just an alternate
I have
theory.
always said this is not a safe space. I've made that clear.
It's just an alternate theory. I have no proof,
I'm going to chew on that.
but I'm right.
Oh, you know? That's
It's interesting. I
Should
am
we
gonna-
go to the police?
No, let's let it play out. Let's let it play out.
If you
a
see
little longer.
something, say something.
I just did.
You did.
I mean, maybe we
Don't
need to
do
get
something.
maybe we need to get Heather Dubrow on this. Didn't she catch her little burglar? Like maybe she could.
did she catch the burglar?
That's what I heard.
What is she holding in the photo on the front of her podcast? It seems to
I
be
thought
a
it was a
crystal
globe.
globe.
Like it's Heather's world, and she's
She has a
just
podcast?
living in it.
flipping it. Yeah, she has a podcast.
Oh, God.
But I think they caught the burglar, so maybe we put her on the case.
Get her going.
Do it.
going.
It's just an alternate theory. I think there could be something there.
And then David, and did I hear this wrong? Because he seemed to say it in the ad, but not, or like in the coming up, but then they didn't put it in the episode, or maybe I just missed
Oh, yeah, what did
it.
he say?
Did he say something like about her breast? Oh, now even Ken has better breasts than her? Did he say, did I
Yes.
hear, did my eyes and my ears deceive me?
No, he said that, and we all gasped, and we put pillows over our faces.
But I'm I'm
Again.
also offering alternate theory. It's just alternate theories.
Go
There's
ahead.
nothing wrong with an alternate theory. But you guys always trash Ken and David and all that. And I think that the men married to these housewives should be at least given, like soldiers that have been to war, a little bit of breathing room when they come home, because we don't see what they're dealing with. You know what I mean? Like they've been through.
Yeah, it's like we
Some
didn't know what
shit.
OJ was going through. So
No. But I mean, like, they've been through the mud,
Okay.
and
These are very alternate theories.
these are.
maybe not David.
avant-garde
Maybe not
theories.
David.
He's the
but
worst.
Ken is a beaten down
Oh, he
old
is.
man.
He is a beaten down
And
old
we
man.
don't see what
I
happens.
can't with Ken, though. I'm sorry, Jason. And I hear what you're saying. Like, I was watching one of Lisa's testimonials tonight, and it
Mm-hmm.
was just like hit me. She was in that strange royal purple silk blouse.
Yes, the one that like shows her bosom.
Yeah.
And it is a bosom.
It's not cleavage, it's bosom.
And it's not breast, it's a bosom. And I felt like they were doing sad music when she was talking about Yolanda, and she was like, I hope that these breast implants is the problem. And I was just like, these women, I mean, now it's like they've literally are poisoning themselves. Like, what are we watching? This is just all so crazy.
Yeah,
it's so sad and crazy that someone's sending flowers. They'd be like, congratulations for like taking your breasts out. And I don't know. It's so unseemly.
I know.
But although I'm glad that silicone is out.
Is out. And she said she's not coughing anymore, though I don't remember her coughing a lot. Is that weird?
You did ask an interesting question that I think you guys should post to Twitter. She never said, did she put something else back in?
Oh, you know we're wondering, because she looked to have breasts. So did she, because there's safer implants now that you can get that are not made of silicone. So did they have something else
But they're still
put in?
plastic, right?
Or some
There's
other,
gotta be something.
There's something. They're made of something, but I think it's not as toxic or whatever.
Well, the sad thing to me was that Yolanda, I mean, if they're just showing us like little snippets that we're catching on camera, every single time the camera's on her and David, she's like, I know this is what you signed up for, my love.
Because she knows she's losing him. She's grasping.
Sad.
She's grasping, and it's so tough to watch. It's really
And
sad.
you might be right about David. He probably has told her that. Like, it's not like...
Are you trying to say that David hired the health advocate?
Oh, no. Another controversial.
No, he's probably like, can't believe I fucking pay for this health advocate, a position I've never heard of.
I don't know, Casey. Are we
solving something here?
Episode
Did you
3?
read this week? I read that Yolanda's moved into, out of her efficiency into a condo in the Wilshire corridor.
Spelling's building.
It's in
yeah.
Congratulations, Yolanda. That makes me feel good.
A few floors down.
God, well, Jason and I were the only viewers of an amazing television show.
Fantastic.
If you have time tonight, and if you have time this weekend to just curl up with a little Kathy Wakile coffee and treat yourself to, what was it called? Candy's World?
Candy's
Does it show us her
World.
wrapping room? But is this the mansion, the estate, or this the
it was
apartment?
her selling the mansion.
First, it was her selling the mansion. Second season, you heard me right. Marry Me, a show Danielle wrote on, and I starred on, did not get a second season. Candy's show, Candy Spelling's Candy's Room, then showed her decorating a condo, a mid-Wilshire condo.
Wow.
A sky-high rose room. She had a rose garden.
She had someone come over that would sit on the floor and paint what are those things that go over like your light switches, your light fixtures?
Oh.
Like sconces?
No, the
like
plates.
wall plates.
Like wall
it's like
plates
a
that
wall
go
plate.
over your, like where you turn the lights on and off because, they're plastic white and someone would go and paint them like Leonardo da Vinci to match the wallpaper perfectly.
Oh my God.
It was just like
that's
wild.
the kind of money I need and I deserve.
And she was downsizing to like 20,000 square feet.
And she had like what looked like a Mall of America with just boxes and boxes of her stuff cataloged like a store. And she was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with all this.
It was rough.
It's crazy.
Give it to Africa?
She didn't give it to Tori.
No, her and Tori have a real...
We'll discuss Dean another time.
Yeah. I also want to talk about the fact that Erica Jane was like, everyone's got a little Erica Jane in them. Everyone's got a saucy, slutty side. And I thought about it, and I know in my heart that I don't even have a little bit of Erica Jane in me. And I'm just going to be honest with you.
None?
Not even a piece. Not even
a shred.
Not a shred. I don't see it. I don't feel her. I don't think she's here.
I think you do because I want to just tell our listeners at home. I've always wanted to say that. I would like to tell our listeners that Danielle right now, for instance, is wearing a very cute, just like long sleeve kind
Very
of
nice to call it cute.
heather gray shirt, sweatshirt.
Yeah.
But you've got such an amazing body. She has an unbelievable body.
Thank you.
It's
You're
true.
lovely. You're
And
lovely.
June and I always talk about it. She's got an amazing boobs that you don't get to the people more.
I know. You always say that you want me to get them out
wanna
to the
see
people.
them. They're great, and you have such a tiny little figure.
Thank you.
And yet you're one of those like only women that's like, well, I guess I'll just wear some baggy stuff, and it's like.
Maybe your Erica Jane phase is yet to come.
Maybe Erica Jane hasn't descended, and she will. Maybe
You've got the raw materials.
Well, thank you, guys. Maybe I need to Erica Jane. Next week, I'm going to show up here in a bustier and a dick strapped to me.
Is that Erica Jane?
Is that Erica? I don't know. Again, I don't have her in me.
You know what, though? As Bethany said, when she was crazily attacking her brand, which made no
was
sense
uncalled
and
for.
rude and just dumb. But yeah, like her brand, it was confusing. But I don't think her brand's confusing.
I didn't think I know exactly what she is.
Yeah, she's
And-
like a... I shouldn't say, no.
Go ahead.
No. Go
ahead. Say
She's
it.
a singer.
Don't think that's what you were going
A
to
clear
say.
brand.
Well, the funny thing about it was that Bethany attacked her production value, but Lisa, that's like what she stumbled into as a compliment in the limo. She's
Yes.
like, I love the production value,
Yeah,
darling.
that's like when someone said, well, you look like you were having fun. Like, that's basically what she said to her, which is like not a compliment.
She's like, the costumes found their way to you. It's just like there was nothing to give. But I do feel like, Bethany, not everyone needs like a learning annex class from you.
No, Erica didn't ask it, but Bethany can't help herself. And that's what I love about her. It's not like, I'm just going to try and be a bitch. She can't help but tell people how to live their life. And she's always like,
so rude.
branding. It's all about branding to her.
It was so rude because the one thing about Beverly Hills is some of them have, I guess some of them have jobs, but whereas on like in Atlanta and I feel like New Jersey, like they all could use just one big branding class. Yes. But the women in Beverly Hills, like I do feel like Erica Jane, it's a weird thing she's doing, but she's doing just fine.
But isn't she successful at it? Like
she's had like disco hits in Germany or something like
Yolanda
that.
keeps reporting 4 disco hits.
Speaking of terrible branding, and I know I'm going to Atlanta this week, but Portia was talking with her poor pregnant sister about Portia's lingerie line. Oh. And Portia was just like, you need to get on it. And she's like, but I'm sick. I'm pregnant. And Portia's just yelling at her. And it was so awful. You just saw like the terrible human being that Portia is.
Portia's
yelling
the worst.
At her. Oh, she's the worst. Oh. She's the meanest.
She is a horrible person.
She's mean and dumb, which is a terrifying combination.
It really is. It really is. I think that Erica does a lot of good old-fashioned truth-telling. Like, I really like her testimonials. They're spot on. When she said Lisa's a self-appointed leader of the group, and it's in her best interest to stay that way. I was like, damn.
She nails them to the wall, and she says it concisely.
Yes, well, that's what you get when you have 4 gay guys living in your closet. Like, they're workshopping it. They're beating it out before she gives her testimonial.
They really are.
Do they live in...
I think they live inside her. Her closet's huge.
I almost thought you were going to say, I think they live inside her.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It just opens up her torso before gay men jump out. Which I would love to see happen.
And I just think I just really like Erica. I'd like to see a little more of her Erica Jane world. Like, I hope we all go to a concert of hers, or like, can we get more into it?
This episode was good, and it was almost sad because you're like, it's good because it's Bethany and Erica, and you know, where's Bethany? Is she just going to stay on this thing? I mean,
yeah,
and
we
all
know
we have
she's
is
leaving.
Eileen doing calisthenics. Like,
just in a-
Braless calisthenics.
yes. And Lisa's yoga. It's like, oh,
And Lisa's Ed Hardy hat.
Oh, God.
fashion, these ladies.
Rough.
That was a real was it a Belgrade that she saved from the burglars that robbed Belgrade?
The burglars that threatened to rob her of her empire.
And then what about Lisa asking about Vinny, or how she calls him Vinny? I thought it was Vincent, but I guess sometimes she calls him Vinny.
You're very hung up on him and what his name is.
I do not like Vinny. I feel like
Who is Vinny?
that's Eileen's husband.
The golf pro.
Tennis pro, something. He's a pro, something. He's Dick Van Patten's son.
That guy's a dick.
Yeah,
No,
right?
I'm back on your side about
Thank
the guys.
you.
Maybe Ken, I'll give him a pass. But
Okay. Vinny's up to no good.
Yeah, he is. He's spending her money, I feel.
And then yelling at her when she tries to buy a shoe or just buy a bra.
Or maybe that's why she can't afford one. He's pinching pennies.
And it's just, it felt like this week it was a little bit better, but there was still like not that surge of joy to watch it.
That's because
like,
you've been wronged too many
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
You're not willing
Whereas
to commit.
on Atlanta, they had Kenya knocking on her mother's door.
Oh, I saw that.
And her mother would not answer the door. Said lock the door.
It was intense. And
like,
her
she's
dad
like,
with that
yes,
voice. Her
yes,
dad has
like
this voice that's
yeah.
like always. I think there's just something wrong with his voice, but he sounds like he's
about to cry.
crying
Yeah,
all the time.
I thought that too. And then
But
I was
then
like,
after a
that's
while,
just
you're
how
like,
he
oh
speaks.
no, his voice is just because I was like, that's so sad. He's crying.
And then you're like,
And
is
like,
he
no, his
always
voice is just
crying?
jacked up.
So sad. But that's like a moment. And here we have like calisthenics by the pool.
Here we have just like a sad scene between Erica, Eileen, and Lisa in the kitchen where they're all like, where are you from?
In Bethany's Hampton's house, this episode was great, but it's still so boring that I noticed that her throw pillow has the design of the carpet from The Shining. I'm not kidding. Go back and do a
that's
little
what
friend stuff.
really-
The throw pillow in her Hampton's home.
I
in
noticed
Bethany's.
that in the reclaimed wood bar area,
Yes.
Bethany purports to have this amazing taste. I don't know. Those like letters, the one that says like the big B, the orange B is like from TJ Maxx Home.
Yeah.
Like 1999 collection.
And she split her pants trying to be sexy, that was a gross scene, trying to watch them all like and grind on a invisible dick just to learn a dance move. That was, watching again middle-aged women and I speak for myself. Grind
and
on-
Dad's one.
That's what again, there's no Erica Jane inside of me, so maybe I don't know what I speak, but just watching them grind.
I want more Erica Jane. I want more Mr. Girardeau. Is that his name?
Girardi?
Girardi. Oh,
I want
the guy
a
that
lot
owns
more
the-
Yolanda, a lot more
the
David.
police commissioner.
The police. By the way,
Love a lot more
nothing-
police Beck.
Nothing has made me feel less safe to be a citizen of Los Angeles than our police commissioner doing a guest on Real Housewives.
Yeah.
By the way, every doctor I have has been on reality shows.
Really?
Yes. Every single second I'm seeing, my dentist, while she's, Danielle and I, we've talked about our dentist many times, while she's doing my teeth, before I went over to Le Petit Bateau, she goes to me, did your show get picked up?
Oh.
And I go, a mouthful of my, and she goes, mine neither. And I'm like, what show? You disgust me. And she's like, basically, she and her assistant were on Smile on the Lifetime Network.
I don't even know what that is.
And she goes, the producers just said we had a really funny banter between each other, her and the dental hygienist.
Oh, I know that. I like her.
Yeah.
I guess her and I don't have that spark.
I've seen an OBGYN pop up in the Kardashians more time than I
that's
want to
mine.
discuss.
Does this concern you, Casey, or no?
Well,
Because
it does concern me. It's like, why my doctors are working more than I am.
I know.
In the
No,
business.
I mean,
They're
concern you
IMDb.
as to their credentials.
Oh God, no.
Okay.
No, on anyone that Kim and Kanye are using, I feel great about that.
No, my OBGYN, his partner is the one that did. I'm not
Dr.
the high-
Crane.
Dr. Crane. I don't have Crane. I have his partner, Chin. So I don't know why they wouldn't see Chin. That's what I see.
Chin.
Where was Chin? I didn't see him on screen, but I saw the name of the office. And I've been like, I've been in that waiting room. I've read that Old People magazine. Like, I know where they are.
Guys,
Wow.
we're gonna wrap it up. But before we do, Jason Micallef, our beautiful guest, would like to share with us his thoughts. Is that how you would put it, Jason?
I have a special love and fascination for all of Lisa Vanderpump's pets.
Her zoo.
Her menagerie at Villa Rosa?
Yeah.
Villa Rosa. So I created a list of them
Please.
because you can't find one anywhere.
No.
So, of course, first and foremost, there's Jiggy, who is a Pomeranian with alopecia, 5 years old. By the
Perhaps
way,
dead.
You may not know this. Jiggy is short for gigolo.
I think I did know that. It's nice to be reminded.
Jiggy's
because I think
only
I've heard-
5.
Jiggy's only 5 because
possible?
there's another Pomeranian, Daddy-O, who's
Yeah.
Jiggy's dad.
Did Daddy just pass?
Daddy-O is dead.
So
But
unceremoniously.
Jiggy is like the Lisa. Daddy-O is like the Yolanda kind of, and like, I mean, she's alive, but like, and then there's a new one that she just got, a new Pomeranian with alopecia. I don't know where she's
How did she find? Is there a mill?
She drove 500 miles to pick up this dog.
Of course she
Really?
did.
God
Was
bless
it near
her.
that horse that R.I.P. that she rejected?
I feel like that horse was just shot.
Yeah, and then so this
sad.
one's name is Harrison, short for Prince Harry.
Oh.
She's
Oh.
gross.
Or
Everything.
long for?
Yeah, but like Jiggy hates him.
Really?
So he's like the Erica Jane.
His days are numbered.
You know?
Oh, I love how you're giving them.
Oh, yes.
And then there's golden retrievers Rumpy and Avery, aka Pumpy, which I'm not really sure.
I hate
It's
this
just-
woman sometimes.
Yeah,
I hate her
it's-
so much. Okay.
They're just mangy, like brother and sister. It's like Kyle and Kim. It's kind of like they're.
Got it.
And there's Lollipop and Pikachu. Pikachu is another 11-year-old Pomeranian, and he's the loner.
Does he
doesn't-
have alopecia?
He does not have alopecia. Pikachu doesn't. So he's like the Ken. Lollipop is 11, and she barks the most. That's her thing.
That's her thing.
Like little Rinna.
Oh,
maybe?
okay.
Little Rinna,
Yes.
little Rinna.
These are spot on.
And there's
Jason.
one that's named literally, I'm not kidding, Pink Dog. And she dyes it pink. She puts like a drop of food coloring in his bath once a month.
Oh,
It's
God.
real gross. I don't know. Maybe
Well,
Taylor.
Rosia does that.
That is Taylor.
Yeah,
You're like, she
Taylor.
doesn't. Rosita does.
And then she has several koi, 6 different turtles. And the only quote I could find about her turtles was a quote that she said, which simply said, "There's no emotional attachment to these kinds of things." And that's it. Like, no names, no nothing.
Okay.
She's like calling them out. And then
Wow.
Hanky and Panky the swans.
Who?
And we know Hanky is not doing well. He,
But I thought he's on the mend. No.
he had anorexia for a while, and now he's back.
Are you
Is that a
joking?
thing?
No. That's what he was losing weight. He was losing tons
But
of
is-
weight. He wouldn't eat. That's what I mean.
Because he's depressed.
I don't know. I don't know if it's swan anorexia.
Because he wants to be
but
in the wild,
The
not
way
in
she
the.
was like holding that animal, cradling it in the SUV.
not,
well, she has 8 swans, but only 2 will touch her because they're mean. But those 2 she raised by hand.
Oh, he's only 2 would sign the release.
Yeah, only 2 will.
only 2 want to
only
be
Hanky
featured
and
on the
Peggy.
show.
The other 6 have other deals going
The
on.
other 6 are on like a new NBC sitcom.
Yeah, and
They
then
replaced us on Marry Me.
and besides the 2 horses, that's her menagerie.
Wow.
What are the
lot.
horses' names again? Do we
I don't
know?
think they've ever said her name. The names. There was
They
the
haven't
one
released that publicly.
with the 2 for another episode. Maybe that's the culmination of next week's episode.
I'm sure next weekend is all about that.
Like we could wish for drama that big.
Guys, this has been wonderful.
Yeah, it's been exciting. We had Jason, who is lovely and knowledgeable, and
Thank you.
this beautiful animal family tree was perfect.
Thank you. I had an allergy attack from V by Vicki Gunvalson.
Are you okay?
I'm better now.
I am flying high from Wakile.
I'll tell you what, I was very wrong. I feel like I had high hopes, and now this.
Are you coming down
I'm
from Wakile?
coming down. It feels just like anger in a cup.
Thank you guys. Please, if you like the podcast, rate us on iTunes.
Why not? Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Jason.
Bye. Thank you.
We really, really appreciate all our listeners. You guys are so sweet, and we've been loving getting everyone's tweets.
Yes, we read them all. Thank you.
Bye.
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 This has been an Earwolf production, executive produced by Scott Ackerman, Adam Sachs, and Chris Bannon. For more information and content, visit earwolf.com.